Hey, welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. I'm very excited to introduce to you a company that you might want to get in touch with. It's Sire Technologies. I have with me on my right Sarah Ellington, who is the marketing manager, and then Troy Dollar right here, the sales director at Sire. Welcome to the show, both of you. Great to have you here this morning.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, so first off, let's start off with an overview of what Sire Technologies does and what you guys are all about. Sarah?
Okay. Thanks. Yeah, we're actually a Utah-based company. We're right down in Salt Lake City, West Valley City, to be exact. We've been around for quite a while, since 1983, and we started out as a document management developer, and then since then have added on quite a few different modules, such as the agenda automation, streaming video, and electronic plan review for city and county government specifically. So we do focus specifically on the government market to make sure we address the unique needs that those agencies have.
Very good. So along with that, what is your mission with the products that you provide? What do you hope to do in working with the clients you have?
I think basically we're trying to really revolutionize the way citizens interact with their government, and we do this through a number of different ways by providing basically access to information online, whether that be streaming their council meetings online, providing access to the agendas and all the supporting materials at the click of a button, or just generally access to records. Instead of having citizens go to City Hall and requesting records that they are interested in, they can just do that online.
And as I've been looking into this is such an excellent service. And I was thinking, why don't more government entities utilize the products that you have? And so along with that, what are some of the local clients that you have here in Utah?
It's kind of hard not to. It's kind of hard not to find a local customer, you know, city and county government in the state of Utah. Some of the more local ones, obviously right here, Summit County has been a long-term customer of Sire and a long-term client. Salt Lake County, another long-term customer. City of Provo, City of Lehigh, Draper, just name just a few.
Great, and I think we're gonna pull on screen right now some screenshots give people an idea of what it is that you do in collaborating with these companies. So let's pull up one of those, and you guys can kind of tell us what we're seeing here. So what's this image?
This first one is actually a screenshot of the City of Las Vegas, who they use pretty much everything we offer. This is their legislative management product. They use it to provide links to the agendas, meeting minutes, streaming video, and then the video is linked directly to the agenda items. So if people are interested in just a specific item, they can click on that item in the agenda, and it jumps directly to that viewpoint in the video.
Excellent. And so this is Summit County right here. What is this screen of?
So what you're looking at right here is kind of an online record search capability that Summit County has. So anything that the county designates as for public consumption, you can actually go directly onto their website and search. So land records, other kinds of things that would be for citizen access. As well as their meeting information, agendas, and minutes, all available and searchable online based on keywords. So anything that you're interested in, dog ordinances or anything related that way, you could go on and search for and find access to directly on their website.
What an excellent service you guys provide with all the products that you have. And along with that, what are some of the challenges that you see facing government right now in regards to what we've been talking about?
Well, I think the biggest challenge obviously is budget in today's economic times. But I think one of the real strengths of Sire is we allow governments to do more with less. They have shrinking staff, they have shrinking budgets, but they're still supposed to be delivering all of these public services that they've delivered in the past. And so Sire's technology really allows them to take that government to the people. People are online, we're the YouTube generation, right? And we really see Sire's role in taking the government to these popular sites, online streaming, social media. These are really all focus areas to really get the government in front of the people.
And I think you hit that just right. This is a generation that is so involved online, and what you're providing here really assists in allowing certain generations to be more involved and aware of what's happening.
We really believe that. I think people are civic minded, but we just don't have the time to go down to City Hall and sit through these meetings. With a service like Sire, you literally have the ability to go online, click on an item on an agenda that has a particular interest to you, go directly to that particular point in the discussion, and view all of the backup supporting documents that the council reviewed. So it gives you an easy and quick way to get engaged with the things that you're interested in civically.
Excellent. So you talked about some of the main benefits that the government clients have mentioned that you've worked with. What are some other things that they've noticed that they've really loved about these products?
Well, I think one of the big political issues these days is the environment, right? And the reduction in paper production for meetings alone is staggering. Organizations are seeing, not only thousands and thousands of dollars saved every year on the reduction in printing and paper costs, but the environmental impact that has. The green factor, if you want to call it that, is a tremendous motivator to government. There's no reason to be printing hundreds and hundreds of pieces of paper per meeting now, with the iPad being such a great tool. It really is revolutionizing the way information is being transferred through the government.
And you really do see that. I've noticed that actually on a lot of government sites, or even emails that I get from people saying, hey, please don't print, or be careful with what you're printing.
Exactly.
If you really don't need it, don't do it. And so you're kind of reinforcing that.
And most people don't realize that, for every meeting that takes place in the government, literally thousands of pieces of paper used to be printed, whereas now with Sire's iPad application, all of that information is being disseminated paperlessly.
That's excellent. And along with that, you were talking about being more environmentally aware. So kind of going into that more, how do Sire's paperless products help the environment? Let's talk about that more.
Yeah, so again, what we're trying to do is remove paper wherever possible. So Sire not only has, the paperless, agenda applications for, iPad distribution, but Sire also is looking at ways to limit the influx of paper into city government. One of the things that we provide is a paperless plan review application. If you take a look at paper consumption, any construction project has thousands of sheets of paper. Sire has developed a way for organizations, planning departments to review these documents paperlessly. And really, remove that paper from the process. So, any construction, happening, let's say in Park City, think about, the ability to submit that information electronically, the cost savings from the development side, but also the environmental impact of removing that paper from the planning process.
And Sarah and Troy, in working with Sire and the comments that you've heard from the customers and clients that you interact with, what have they been saying about this when they realize that going electronically, digitally with all of the meetings and things that they have going on? What is the general idea that you're hearing from people when they realize they can actually do this?
Well, I think one thing we hear a lot is just the time savings. So as far as increase in workload and less employees to do the work with, people save a lot of time in preparing the agendas and posting that information online and making it available. The amount of requests for information, public records requests, usually increases, but the time that's being spent on fulfilling those is actually going down quite a bit. So time savings is a big factor. I think compliance with the government transparency mandates too, a lot of states have those in place now. That's being made easier through systems like Sire. So those are two of the things I hear a lot. Troy probably has to add to
Well,
that.
and I think just having the public more generally involved in a positive way. People tend to get pretty skeptical if there's this idea that government is closing doors or not being open. And having information easily accessible on their website, in a way that's easy for constituents to gain access to, really does make for happier communities.
And a more interactive one where people seem, I think, more positive about their interaction with government is what you're providing. Excellent. And along with that, so part of one of the services that you offer is online meetings and allowing people to participate in those. What have been the results in allowing these organizations to hold meetings online?
Well, I think definitely we see higher participation levels. Folks, like I mentioned earlier, probably don't have the time to go down to City Hall, but can certainly sit at their home or their office and participate. You can comment online on items prior to the meeting. So again, if you wanted to be able to have your voice heard but can't make it to the meeting, cities now have the ability to engage with their constituents online, which is something that's really revolutionary in its appeal to public. The ability to make your voice heard without having to really be in front of the council.
Very good. So along with everything that we've talked about, you guys have so much going on and so much helpful things that you've done with all of these organizations. What's your plan for the next 5 years? Where do you guys see Sire going? Sarah and Troy, both of you?
Well, I think we're seeing tremendous growth in especially these economic times. So at this point this year so far, we've added more than 40 new customers already, and from an employee perspective, we've seen a tremendous growth. We actually doubled our number of employees since 2008. We have about 80 now, so we're going strong, and we don't see any reason why that wouldn't continue this year.
Yeah, in an environment where layoffs are all too common, Sire's really achieved tremendous growth, and I think it really talks to its appeal to local government, the ability that we have to allow them to do more with less.
Very good. Well, any last words to add? Where can people get in touch with you guys and contact you?
Absolutely. For more information, just go to our website. It's www.siretechnologies.com.
All right.
And you should find everything you have right there. Contact information, just give us a call.
All right. Well, Sarah and Troy, thank you so much for the overview. I'm so impressed by what you guys are doing and how you're partnering with all these organizations. You can see and tell that I think people are very happy with the results of what they're seeing there. So thank you.
Thanks for having us.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us here on the Mountain Morning Show. Be sure to check out Sire Technologies online. We'll be right back here with more. Stay with us.